Well, hey everybody, welcome to our bridge build. Well, continuation of our bridge build. This has been an ongoing project for quite some time, and I've been delaying doing this section, so I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do the next part of this, which is to create the curves at either end up here. I'll show you where these are going to go in a little bit. So I just did a quick sketch yesterday of this. We pretty much got the entire design process done in one day. So in the morning I kind of sketched out. I figured I was going to go in double sections like this. This is all going to hook onto our straight section, but I needed to get a 90-degree curve at either end. So this is what we came up with. So what we've got here, I drew this yesterday, like I said, and I drew a single piece right here, which is essentially this section right here, one of these two sections. And I knew I was going to have a bit of an angle. So through trial and error, I didn't have to cut too many. I think I had to do two till I got what I wanted. I started off with a piece like this, just like we have on our upper bridge sections. So I cut this end off right here, this section off right here, these two panels, and I did an overlap of this section onto here, and I kind of curved it down a little bit to see what kind of an angle I was going to have. So this is what happened. As you can see, let me get this here. You can see we got an angle that's pretty good right here. This, like I said, this is my second one that I did. One that I had prior to this was a little bit of a harder angle, and when I started doing the calculations for what the radius was going to be, it was going to come down to being, between a 13 and a 14-inch radius, and I didn't want that. I wanted a much bigger radius. So this right here should come out to be in about a 16-inch radius. We won't know for sure until we get the whole thing built, but that should be what it is. So I'm going to take this over and I'm going to show you how I figured this out, if this was going to work or not. So hang on just a second. All right, so I came over to this corner right here. This track right here has got about a 16, maybe a 15-inch radius, all three of these. So, and all of my engines just glide over this without any problem whatsoever, up to the big 6 axles, large cars, the whole works. So I took the center track right here, and I was going to use this as my template. So I've got a stack here of these that I cut out. I cut a straight one too, just so I could have something to line up against. So what I did is I just put this right here on where the straight part of the track is before it hits the curve. And it goes about right there. Okay, so the next step is to lay these on here one at a time. Like that, and then we just keep coming. I probably need this down here. I think I'm on the straight still. There we go. That's got it. Okay, so then we just keep coming down, and what I did is I'm making sure my two beams here in the middle are lining up with the two rails. So I cut all the pieces, and I just wanted to see how good this came out. And I know this one is, this should be a 16-inch radius, and this is a 15. So this should go out a little bit further out over to here. And I'm doing this one-handed, and I'm getting some gaps. When I had it up here, and I had both hands being able to work instead of holding the camera at the same time, I was able to really line it up well. And of course, I'm doing this without Gabe here, so it's just turning into a little bit of a mess. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had 2 more. I don't know what I did with them. But anyway, it does come on around the corner. Let me get my tape measure, if I can find it here. There it is. So, as you can see, that's pretty good. All right, so next thing I did, I'm going to pause this for just a second. I'm going to get the tape measure set up. All right, so I have my tape measure. I came off right up here where the curve starts. And I kind of got myself lined up with the 16 right here, where it's going to end over here. So then I just kind of rotated it across the track here, and I was very careful about this without moving. And it comes out to be in 16, pretty much on the dot. So it's a great curve. I looked online, it said these kind of curves can even handle a big boy. All right, so I'm going to show you what happened, what occurred next. All right, so the next step, I took one of these and I gave it to Gabe, and he put it into the software, and he was able to figure out exactly what this degree was, and it was 10 degrees. So he took this and he lined it up just like I had up there on the track. He replicated it and lined it all up, and he was able to create this piece right here. So my drawing's a bit messy, but you can see how well this came out. It's just spectacular. So I laid a piece, because we're going to have 2 tracks, one here, and then there's going to be a walkway and handrails on both sides. So I laid a track on here, and I checked the radius of it, and it's great. It's very, very slight. I mean, you can see it's just a very slight angle. There's hardly anything to this curve at all. All right, so I'm going to show you what we've done next. We've printed out, we've got a massive stack here. We're ready to go. Tomorrow I'm going to do all the gluing. We're getting the rest of the parts printed off. We got to get all of the upright parts, like these right here. These all are printing right now, along with the cross pieces and the V braces that go between these cross pieces. All this is being printed. I'll get all that done and ground down and ready to go this afternoon, and then we'll glue it all tomorrow. But let me show you how this is going to line up. All right, so here are 1, 2, 3 sections right here, and it creates a perfect 90-degree butted up right here where this is going to be, where I'm going to attach it to here, and it's going to have these legs just like this all the way underneath here, and you can see it goes right perfect, right headed into town. So that's where we're at. This is it's perfect. And I did lay the track up here, and it's just a very, almost flat angle. It's just great. So we have this coming to here. We're going to have a part of the curve going back that way right there. But tomorrow we will have this whole part assembled, and I'll pick up this video tomorrow showing this assembled and set in place. So we are now in build mode. As you can see here, I've got the first support. We've got 7 to do per 90 degree section. This is like I said, the first one. You can see what it looks like. Here are all the parts and components. Everything here is all sanded. The supports are removed. Everything's ground down with the Dremel and then resanded. The top pieces are ready. These are for, I have these all ready to go for the other side of the bridge. We'll be getting to those later, but I will be putting all of this together. So I will get these right here all put together, and then I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll start doing the assembly with the top girder parts. All 7 of the supports are now finished. As you can see, I'll do a close-up here on it, but they are all together. Let me do this right here. So the next thing to do is to attach them to these and build the 90 degrees. Now on the top of each of these, halfway across, exactly centered, I have a mark here. And I don't know if it'll show up, but there's a mark right here where my thumb is, and that's on each of these places. You can see right here where the supports are going to go. So I just line this up on top of these and glue them together. So we'll come back and we'll do a wrap up on this in just a little while. Here's the first of 3 sections that completes a 90-degree turn. It's all glued together. I've lined up all the lines with each other. You can see it's looking really good. Turn this so you can see a little bit better. When we put the beams on, they'll come across to here, and then they'll come across to here, the ones that are underneath. But we'll get that another day. This I'm just trying to get done so I can get up in place. So you can see I've left a little bit of a lip right here on both of these so that I can keep continuing to expand this curve going that way. So that's the next step. We will get this done, and then I will show you what the finished 90 degrees looks like, and then we'll put it up in place. All right, it's fully assembled and it's in place. So I'll show you how it looks here. We're coming down the tracks here. Does a really nice 90-degree turn, and it's heading straight on back into the city. So the next step on this is to take a few straight pieces, put them out over here, and then that way I can start to work our way around the building and over to there. And now that we have all of these areas created, all these little curves and things we have to do, it'll be really simple to finish up. And it's nice and level, and we'll have to do some interesting things with the beams right here. I was kind of looking at it, because obviously it's not going to follow this completely, but we'll get it close enough that it should look all right. So you can see it's got both levels right here. This area right here, once we get the beams on it, it's going to be about 14 feet from the bottom of the beam to here. So if we have a road going under, that's more than enough clearance except for semis. But that's not that big a deal. We'll just have we'll have clearance signs on there and everything on either side of the road, so that our little drivers will know not to proceed if they have vehicles taller than that. You can see how this looks going back that way. So I've got all the pieces over here almost to finish the curve going around there, and we're just about the hardest part's done. So now we're just going to be just adding, and we've got all the files set up for it. So we should be moving pretty along with this pretty good. I'm going to try to get this wrapped up in the next month. I've got to get this done so we know where to put the next skyscrapers. Because I knew that I was going to have room here, but I just don't know once we get through this area right here and back behind. I know I've got a big area right here right now, which is where I think this big guy is going to go. The diamond building is going to go. Is going to be right in here somewhere. But then back in this corner, once this track goes around and curves, we'll have room to put something back there. So we just have to get this finished up, and this was the biggest key part of it right here. So hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, drop us a line about it. We will have these available, these files available, and we will have links on our main channel page. So if you're wanting to build an elevated track like this, this is the first project right here. This is the first set of files we have. This will be our second project. File set 2 will be this, and then I'm also going to build a set of stations with an elevator and the stairs, both. That will have, we'll probably have a station here, there, and there for each level. All right, well, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe if you liked it, and the like, and don't forget the notification. That way you get notified when these next updates come up. Thanks for watching.